Thank you for joining us for Part 2 of Setting Up Your Virtual Learning Center. In Part 1, we covered the importance of establishing your procedures as well as highlighting some important topics. In this video, we'll provide some tips and ideas to prepare your virtual learning center. The first thing you will need to identify when you are preparing to transition is when your virtual learning center will begin and how long it will last. Think of some situations that would present a need for you to transition to a virtual learning center. Next, evaluate how long each of these situations would require a virtual learning center and how long it would take you to prepare. Then, identify when you would begin your virtual learning center. For instance, if a student comes to school sick, you may need to close your school for a couple of days to sanitize. It may take you a couple of hours to prepare, so you could begin your virtual learning center the next day. To get the students ready, we used 10 by 13 envelopes, 6 by 9 envelopes, and 1-inch labels. First, you'll need to decide how many paces you'll be sending home with each student. This should be decided based on how long you anticipate being in the virtual learning center, as well as the student's abilities. If you anticipate only using the remote environment a couple of days, you may want to send home only the paces they are currently working on. If you anticipate working in the remote environment for more than a week or two, you may want to send home an extra pace with the student. Once you have collected the paces, place them in the large envelope. Remember to remove the tests from any extra paces. Next, gather the tests for the paces the student is currently working on, as well as the tests for any extra paces. Try to fold each test in half in such a way that no portion of the test is visible on the outside. Place each test in its own individual 6 by 9 envelope, and then write the student's name and the name of the pace on the outside of the envelope and seal it. You'll want to take a 1-inch label and place it across the flap of the envelope. The label will need to have instructions not to open the envelope. After you've finished, place all of the test envelopes in the larger 10 by 13 envelope. You'll also need to include any curriculum resources the students may need. This may include literature resource books or curriculum DVDs. The lab videos for the new 4th edition biology paces have already been made available. Additionally, to aid schools using a virtual learning center, A.C.E. has made all of the remaining science lab videos available. You can find all science lab content at aceconnect.com. Click on the desired subject, enlarge the screen, and then move the scroll bar across to find the desired video. As you are collecting the items to place in the 10 by 13 envelope, you'll want to keep a list of all the items that are sent home. This will help you inventory the items brought back to the school when the virtual learning center ends. We'll talk more about this in the video Closing the Virtual Learning Center. The final 2 pieces of information you will want to include in your students' envelopes would be a copy of your school's virtual learning center procedures, as well as a list of your staff contact information. This should include any information the student would need to contact school staff throughout the day. Now that your students are ready to go, you can prepare your staff. First, you'll want to ensure your school staff are set up in any of the desired platforms your school will be using to conduct your virtual learning center. You can find more information about platform options in the video Roles and Platforms Used to Facilitate the Virtual Learning Center. You'll also need to make sure you have identified if your staff will be working from home or if your school will be able to facilitate the staff working at the school. If your staff will be working from home, they will need to be in a well-lit workspace where everything is readily available. It is helpful if the staff isn't looking for items when the student is in contact with the staff. Also, consider your staff's access to good internet connections. Now that you know which paces are going home, you'll need to collect the score keys and test keys necessary to score those paces. Once we had collected all of our score keys, we put them in a file box like this one. If your school staffing will allow, you'll want to divide your score keys between monitors. Our school found it worked really well to have between 7 to 10 students per monitor because of the remote environment. We would recommend for the supervisors to have an extra copy of the paces with them. Many times it was difficult for our supervisor to see what was on the page while trying to view it over the video screen. Having the extra pace helped the supervisor to see the student had an academic question over. Finally, you will want to ensure your staff have all the necessary paperwork to go with them. Your supervisor will need their goal check report forms. In addition to the goal check report, our school developed 2 forms to help us during the Virtual Learning Center. The first form was the daily student contact log. This gave us the ability to log every time we interacted with a student, track how many times we interacted with an individual student, and notate how we helped the student. This became important when needing to verify if a supervisor's score strip had been completed or to verify a student's attendance. The second form was a test log. This helped to keep record of which students tested and their scores. Since we were scoring the tests within a remote environment, it was important for us to keep track of which answers were incorrect. We'll cover scoring tests in more detail in the video Assessing the Student. We trust this video has provided you with the information needed to prepare your school for a transition to a virtual learning center. To find information about getting your students set up at home, you can watch part 3 of this session, Setting Up at Home. Don't forget to watch the other videos in this series for more in-depth information on the steps needed to implement a virtual learning center in your school.